Is trying to build a platform here in India. This partnership were 35 or 45 after India lost both the openers. The first one went at 9, Shikhar Dhawan, and the second wicket that of Rohit Sharma when the score was 37 in the 9th over.
Rohit Dhawan put on 64 the first game, and then a brilliant partnership for the second wicket, Virat Kohli and Shikhar Dhawan. Now they've lost early wickets. Hitting so far has been very disciplined bowling. That's the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan. Ben Stokes makes it look really simple. Gorgeous shot by Rohit Sharma. He was looking to get into the egg. Got to find. Got a man coming into play. Looking well set for a big one. In the end, had to be a soft dismissal. Virat Kohli always uses his bottom hand to turn up wicket pick. 72-2. Run rate at the moment. 4.5 degrees for Sam Curran and complete.
Those picnic. The first signs of spin, should have asked for something else. Let's send Sanjay point early into the attack from the hill end.
You spoke about Adil Rashid being used with the new ball in the T20s. And how effective he was. He picked up Virat Kohli twice. Once got it, but once stumped. Talking about Rashid against Virat Kohli. Here you have a different captain. Morgan was the captain of the T20s. Today Butler standing in for him. So different captains have different strategies. That's where a leg spinner definitely needs a very, very good captain.
Virat Kohli on strikes, a change in field. The short fine comes to square leg and a long leg in place. For Moeen Ali, it's interesting because I thought that the team plans would remain the same. Styles of captaincy change, but I would assume that the amount of team meetings they have, the bowlers meetings and what to do, wouldn't it be the case that they would think about Adil Rashid and Virat has come to the strike?
Yes, particularly when he's new to the crease. Once he settles down, it won't make a difference. And he's now settling down, he's 27. So as soon as the first mandatory overs were done, 10 overs were done, and Kohli was at the crease, Adil Rashid should have been brought on. He might be brought on from the other end. It could well be too late.
Because Virat Kohli, reputation and his ability that follow, Adil Rashid might not attack him straight away, because previously in the T20s he attacked him straight away because he was brought in as soon as Virat Kohli came to life. And now if you go to bowl to Virat Kohli, your approach changes. And for me, a leg spinner is not a defensive option. He's got to be an attacking, wicket-taking option.
Rahul wanted the run, but the reputation of Jason Roy made Virat Kohli not take that single. Gentle nudge on the offside. Tom Curran to continue, none for 17 or 4, Copley 1 for 21, Curran 1 for 16, Stokes none for 17, Moeen Ali with that 1 over.
There's one bowler they got to target, even though they're looking to build a partnership. Some bowlers that will certainly bowl well towards the end of the innings. Here, got to put back to the bowler, push him back on the defensive.
Also an interesting tactic, isn't it? Generally, the captains are reluctant to bring off spinners against right-handers, but Josh Butler has brought on an off spinner against the two right-handers. Generally, it's the other way around. How often do we talk about it? No left-arm spinner against a left-hander. He doesn't mind Moeen Ali having a go at the two right-handers.
The captain feels that the off spinner can get the right-hander, why not? It's all theories and dressing room talks and team talks. It's about the captain having confidence in a certain bowler. ODIs, 6 matches, T20s, 4 matches as captain. A decent record, 66% in ODIs. And if you let Rahul and Virat Kohli get themselves in, they more than make up for these short balls that they are playing at the moment.
Yes, because yes, Curran might not be expensive at the moment. He's bowling at an economy of a little over 4. But you must be looking for wickets at this stage as well. You get early wickets now, you're putting some pressure back on the Indians. Indians have lost just 2 wickets.
Yeah, absolutely, Sunny. It's these middle overs which start meandering, isn't it? That's the time when you're looking for those wicket-taking bowlers in between. You set those kind of fields, ask the batsman to take you on and then try and get a wicket. So possibly, could they operate with both spinners from both ends? Are those the penetrative options or the more wicket-taking options? Something happened which made Tom Curran back out, or was it the batsman?
Sometimes you're in 2 minds just before you deliver, so it's better to pull out. Decide what you want to go to the start of the run-up. Sometimes you change your mind. Best thing is to pull out.
Tidy over. Just 2 of it. 77 for 2. Just one big over. Another semi-big over. 10 runs of it. Down the track and push to long on. Moeen Ali has to be careful because he likes that line outside the off stump, but does he have any protection? Mid-off's there. There's no long off for him. Both these batsmen not averse to using their feet and going over the top. 11 to 40. There's always that one fielder which you feel can be pushed back somewhere, but you don't have that luxury.
Well, he's got a deep point in position because he just wants to bowl back over length, just like he did with the last delivery. But if he's going to bowl full length and good length, he may as well have long off at the deep point inside the ring.
Yeah, most bowlers in one-day cricket don't mind getting hit to the square boundaries. I think that's the way modern cricket is. If you want to force the batsman somewhere, make them hit the square boundaries. That's the general idea.
When you hit the square boundaries, you're not going to get out. You're just going to stop a boundary. But if you're looking to hit the straight field, there's always a chance of getting out. So more of an option to defend runs rather than take a wicket. When you have long on, long off, you can afford to bowl slightly full up. And if there is any turn, there's going to be deviation, so the batsman's not picking the line, and hence he's going to make a mistake. Yeah, if he's going to be back of a lane, the batsman can adjust off the pitch. Just like that.
Yeah, and you're asking him to play against the turn and possibly play a cover drive through that gap, which generally doesn't happen. They would rather want the batsman to come down the track because they're going to be bowling slightly back of lane. Completely understand your thought process behind it, but unfortunately it doesn't happen that way, or that's not the way the modern bowlers think. 6 runs of that over, 83 for 2.
Yeah. Square, please. Go, Russia. Easy.
66 dot balls. That's 11 out of 19 overs. 9 fours. We'd expect these two batsmen settle in, the sixes will come much later. It's just about getting into a partnership worth 46.
Adil Rashid Adil Rashid from the pavilion end.
Oh, lovely start. Hey! All right.
Now he's got a slip in position. That's good captaincy. Because there is a little bounce. We saw that when Topley was bowling, even when Sam Curran ducked the odd ball. And see the way the ball has gone after pitching. It's gone up a little bit nearer the bat manufacturer's name. So if there's a little turn, that slip will certainly come into play. But what a shot this is. What a magnificent shot. This is a brilliant shot from KL Rahul.
Very, very fluent. Made it look very easy. 50 of the partnership comes up. Everything right about this shot. Nice flow of the bat. And finding the gap. We find Moeen Ali bowling back over length. This was nicely tossed up, but the field was deep point, not deep cover.
Is he a good player of spin because he doesn't come it before the ball is released? Just look at the previous shot and even this one. So late to come onto the front press. Or there's so many other batsmen, there are telltale signs from them. As a bowler you can just look at this. So late.
When he's not premeditating, then the bowler's got to be proactive to decide what length to bowl. Premeditating, then he can adjust the length. Because the batsman's very still. There's no margin for error. Partnership India required to get back on tracks after being 37 for 2.
But 30 overs still after this. So at the moment India going in cruise control mode. They'll certainly look to up the speed shortly. Maybe in another 5-7 overs. At the moment quite happy to push the ones and the twos at the occasional boundary. The England skipper who's injured unfortunately and can't play, Morgan. Seven-run over. 90 for 2.
Get him at a time when two batsmen are set without taking any risk. They got 7 of the over. They got 6 of the last over from Moeen Ali.
30 more overs. India in a good position right now. Yes, they have lost 2 wickets, but 2 batsmen set. They look quite comfortable out there. 53 of 69 is what they've got so far. Spin at both ends now. They were 83 for 1 after 20 in that first ODI, 92 for 2 or 90 for 2 at the end of 20 this time around. Yeah, you're talking about mindset and obviously trying to get wickets in the middle overs around this time. It was interesting, even Adil Rashid's field. Yes, you're allowed 4 outside. He had long on, long off, a deep point and a deep mid-wicket Ellis. And a short fine. So would you change the field along with that slip?
That field is because a lot of Indian batsmen don't sweep. They haven't seen too much of KL Rahul. He likes to play both the sweep shots. KL Rahul pulls out the sweep shot, then the field will change.
But is it not a better option to bring the man from long on to mid on, stop that single because you have to play against the turn, even if you have to play a shot, it has to be an elevated shot against the turn? Bowl good length and allow the man to play that sweep shot? I'm just asking you.
I know you are. The very fact that you have a slip, you want to bowl a leg break it, turn it and get it away from the batsman. So, turning away from the batsman It's hard to hit over mid-on or long-on. You may as well have the mid-on inside the ring. So once you have a slip in position, you're going to bowl a lot of deliveries, leg breaks that have been turning from off stump or outside off stump. So hence hitting over mid-on or long-on becomes even more difficult. So I would have the man mid-on simply for that reason.
Sometimes don't even mind the extra fielder inside. Ask him to take that a little bit more of a chance against a bowler. Just because you're allowed 4 doesn't mean that you have to keep all of them outside. 94 for 2. Adil Rashid to continue. Rashid to continue. The power play 2 between 11 to 40. That's the time when things slow down a bit. Teams are trying to consolidate.
That's why Karthik earlier mentioned a leg spinner needs a good captain. He just pulled 1 over and the slip's gone out. So how's he going to get the batsman out now? Just the 1 over. Over-pitch delivery. Brilliant shot that went for a 4. Now he becomes a defensive option. And when the bowler becomes a defensive option, the batsman gets to score far more easily.
Yeah, I understand slip, and sometimes it looks very pretty that you've got a slip when you're attacking, but how many deliveries are going there? So is it also about other fields around? You change those fields, you make those adjustments, and then you make the batsman think? Because yes, the slip looks pretty, the slip tells you that you're an attacking captain, but is it going there?
Like Mr. Gavaskar mentioned, had he been brought on much earlier, when both these batsmen went settled down, then it would have been a different ball game altogether. It would have been a game was played between the 2 years. The fact remains, modern day bowlers don't like to concede runs. They don't get wickets, they want to be tight. But in the end, somebody else will suffer.
Good conversation. I'm enjoying it.
I was desperately trying to get you talk about captaincy, skipper.
You forgot that my 2 international wickets have come as a leg spinner.
Where did you get them, Sunnyman? Slip or deep points?
Zaire Abbas in the 90s, please. Zaire Abbas in the 90s got it mid on.
An extra cover.
Was it an edge? The reaction says it all. Must have been a very sharp chance. End of the over. 99 for 2.
Slips removed, so he goes for the drive. It's the captaincy playing on his mind, Josh Butler. Is he thinking about the match situation? Not his normal self. Butler, he's pretty safe behind the stumps.
As well. David Milan was the man who misfielded quite simple single and turned it into 2 with drop catch. last ball. Interesting conversation between Murali Kartik and Shiva about having a slip. This is the reasons why you would have a slip. Close these hands too quickly.
See, even keep them open. Big nick that one. You would expect someone like Josh Butler to hold on to those. Not much deflection.
You tell us, what did he do wrong?
I mean, he shut his hands way too early, sure. This wasn't a big deflection. It's a proper nick, that one. Just look how he closes his palms. It's already shut. Back of his hand. If he expected it to spin a bit more. Actually hit him on the back of his hand. Very rarely seen that.
Maybe it was a slower delivery, maybe he thought it was coming a bit quicker, but you're right, he just shut it far too quick.
Lapse of concentration, I guess. He's usually so good behind the stumps, Josh Butler. It's lapse of concentration.
And how big a drop will that be? We'll have to wait and see. End of the 23rd over, 103 for 2.
Good boys.
It's their third over, 2 for 12 so far. Should have had really the wicket of Virat Kohli. Was put down by the acting captain, Josh Butler. What a player, Virat Kohli. 10,000 runs at number 3, only second to the Delhi Capitals coach Ricky Ponting. What a list of players that is. Kumar Sangakkara, Jacques Kallis, Kane Williamson and Dean Jones, the late Dean Jones. It's just the average as well, isn't it? Average, strike rate. He is such a great player.
Phenomenal, really. 63 the average, 94 strike rate at the hundreds. And 36 hundreds. Not surprised that he's got 10,000 runs, but the fact that he's had an amount of runs he scored when India's won chasing has made this team very difficult to beat.
I'll go back to watching him really early on in his career, Virat Kohli, and I think it was about his 9th century for India. He was in a tri-series in Australia, and it was a game against Sri Lanka in Hobart back in 2012. He scored 133 not out, 3 not out. He just looked brilliant. And 86 deliveries as well. You just knew then that this man is going to be special.
I think post 2012-13 was a different batsman altogether. The process obviously got fitter. He realized that his game plan or his game is all about running between the wicket. It's more of an accumulator rather than a power hitter. The other important change that has come is his offside play. First few years it was very onside-ish. He's always had great wrist work. So that just helps you play on the onside. But post 2012-13 I thought he's worked on his offside game, showed a lot more confidence and self-belief in playing through that offside, and now that cover drive is one of the best in the world.
That's good ball. Good end to the over for Adil Rashid. 24 gone, 108 for 2. 24 hours, 24 overs gone. Not 24 hours, 24 overs gone, 108 for 2. Partnership of 71 from 93 so far. Moeen to bowl his 5th over. They have been generally just a little bit too short. I'm a big believer as a former just county captain back in England that I want to try and take a wicket now. And how am I going to try and to do that? And I would put pressure on even somebody like Kohli is bring the field up, make him hit it over the top. Because he's always going to use his feet, you know that. But I just think this period it's quite a sedate period. And if I'm an aggressive captain in the field, I want to try and break it up.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think, and as easy as India is going at the moment, they're building such a good foundation. You need wickets in the middle. That's where you try and dictate where the game goes. It's a lot more difficult to stop. Not just India, any team. The kind of power hitting everyone has. If you don't pick up wickets in these middle fielders now in the ring, I agree with you. Can they have another fielder in, try and ask the batsman to take that extra risk? At the moment, it's all very comfortable for India.
Maybe you would also want to pick your bowler to attack. Maybe with someone like Moeen, you try and get that control, going at 4 and over or less than 4 and over. Maybe with Adil Rashid, you want to attack a little more. Maybe from one end, you have a little more attacking field.
Let's put away for one. Yeah, you're right. You'll have your aggressive bowler, whether it's with spin or with seam. And I think that's why Owen Morgan's been such a good captain, is because what he's tried to do is attack at certain times. Economy rates are very important. Steve Moeen just over 5 left. Just 4 runs off that over. Good over for England. We're halfway, 25 overs gone, 112 for 2. That 8 and over towards the end. Over that 300 mark is what saw them home quite comfortably in the end. In the first game. Yeah, just picking up on that, trying to bring the fielder in, if it's spin on, even changing up, bringing seam back in. Reece Topley throwing the ball to him and saying, come on, try and get us a wicket. Because sometimes you can overstack at the end and think, well, we need Reece Topley at the end, we need Sam Curran at the end, but actually, let's try and hurt the game or hurt India right now by taking wickets.
And also, how many overs do you want from him in the end? It's quite hot right now, so you're looking at maybe bowling the other 6 overs and maybe 3 more spells. A couple of overs now, because both these batsmen really haven't played a lot of Reece Topley. The extra bounce that he gets, the extra pace also that he has, that could be a surprise for these two.
I think knowing England and watching England for such a long period of time, it's like a game of chess. They're waiting to see when this man, and maybe KR Rahul, whether they look to be aggressive first and they may get a wicket. They're happy at the moment. That's what the coaches would say for Collingwood. That's what Chris Silverwood would say. We're happy. Captain, we're happy at the moment. Let's see who moves first here.
The last game was a classic example. In spite of India losing wickets, even if you have your best bowlers or best bowlers on the day having extra overs, there's enough power hitting. Yes, Krunal Pandya played an unbelievable innings on his debut. Rahul's done that before in one-day cricket. So, picking wickets is just imperative right now. for seamers. May as well try and take the gamble now. Or it's not actually a gamble. It's probably the way to go to get one of your seamers back in.
Yeah, this pitch has been excellent. I watched the first one from Hotel in Mumbai. The bounce that I saw, I thought it was great. Wood bowled brilliantly. Enjoyed the way that India fought back as well. Googly to finish, gets it through. Clever from KL Rahul. Again a boundary to finish off the over. So 9 runs from the over, 26 gone, 121 for 2.
Shot on that occasion. It was a googly as well, but KL Rahul picks it. All he does is places it in the gap. Dil Rashid not happy. That was timed really well.
Moeen Ali bowling his 6 over, 5 overs, none for 21 so far. Economy rate of just over 4. Partnership closing in on 100. You can just sense that perhaps Virat Kohli thinking he needs to try and be a bit more aggressive against Moeen Ali here. This is the last ball off Adil Rashid. Picked the googly, got it through the gap between Sam Curran and Moeen Ali. Not happy with his teammate.
Yeah, how good these both have been picking up singles and rotating the strike. That was just the 6th boundary of the partnership, which is worth 85 now. They've gone at a fair clip as well. 107 deliveries, only 6 boundaries. Correction, 5.
And I'll go back to that last ball, the way that KL Rahul off Adil Rashid, how he picked that googly. You could sense that he doesn't have any problems picking, and that's probably because he keeps wicket, he watches, he knows what to look for. And what's interesting is you can see how comfortable he feels. And then perhaps somebody who had struggled at times, Virat Kohli, who struggled picking leg spin, you can see there on the right hand side, he's watching. KL Rahul, I know what you can do. I can see it. I can pick it. Virat Kohli on the right hand side. Now I'm going to watch. And so that's actually brilliant from Kohli to try and get better at actually being able to pick the leg spin.
You know, a lot of these batsmen actually want to keep looking at the ball all the time. Stay focused, stay in the game. Now look at Virat there, watching the ball all the way down the ground. He's actually looking at the release.
50 as well for Kohli. 50 in the last 6 innings. What a performer he is. 62 deliveries. This man just gets better and better. And 26 for 2. Virat Kohli bringing up another 50 in Indian colours of 62 deliveries. 3 fours, so it's been quite a sedate innings for him in a way, with boundaries. Strike rate of just over 80. He's been at the crease an hour and a half now. Poor delivery. And will be capitalised on by Virat Kohli. And flying all the way. First 6 of the match.
drags it down. It's not going to miss out. That's square legs in the ring. How costly is that catch going to be? He hasn't bowled too many bad balls. That one certainly was. Tracked it down. Just had to get back. Bounce on this pitch. Just carries it comfortably.
Now, is that going to be a change of momentum now that Virat's got to his 50? He said he's kind of figured out the bounce and pace of this pitch. Again, a very, very good knock from Virat. This is 6 of the first delivery of this over. I'm sure he would look to move on from here now, Virat. They've just done that so well, haven't they, in this partnership? Just rotation of strike, get the boundary, rotation of strike. It puts pressure on you as a bowler. First 3 deliveries for Rashid, now conceded 8. He's under pressure. Just 1 wicket, wasn't there, in the last game to spin? I think if you look at generally games here in Pune, even when Chennai made this their base back in 2018, I think it was, spin struggled there here on this ground. Not too much spin, there is a little bit of bounce. It's not easy for spinners here. Just here. Another googly. Look at that current 100. They really haven't tried too much, but they're going at 4.8. Now Josh Butler's will make a decision here. He needs to change a few things here. It just seems to me that he's letting things drift at this point in time.
So just the 9 runs come from the end of the 28th over, 135 for 2. On 35 for 2. For 28 overs, you just sense that perhaps now is the time that Virat Kohli and KL Rahul just try and increase this run rate. Just under 5 at the moment. That's what they've done so well in this partnership of 99, the rotation of the strike, odd boundary here and there. Just that 1-6 that we saw a couple of overs go off Adil Rashid. And there is that 100 partnership. What a performance by KL Rahul and Virat Kohli for the 100 partnership off 119 deliveries. All set now for a big total.
And how easily they've done it. That should be a worry for England. There hasn't been too many boundaries. 6 is just the 1-6. But this is a rotation. That should really be a worry for England. That easily, in spite of 5 fielders in the ring, they've been able to turn over the strike. It is a very good pitch. It's not easy for the bowlers. But they've really set a good platform for India. 3 power hitters still left in Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya and Kunal Pandya.
I want to ask you, Deej, about, is it down to just one man to actually now look to increase? So would you leave it to a Virat Kohli and say to KL Rahul, you bat all the way through, I'm going to look to increase this run rate? Or is it down to both of them?
Well, I guess to a certain extent both of them, but one of them would want to stay till the end, or rather the 40th over the third power play. Because very often we've also seen, the last game was a Grealish innings, that once you start losing wickets from both the ends, you might not reach where you want to in the end. So one of them has to play deep into the innings, and they can decide who would be that player there.
end of the 29th over, 139 for 2.
Dot balls. Two early wickets have played themselves in India. Rashid will continue this partnership, getting India back on road, getting into a position where they can start dominating the innings. 103 or 124. Spinners bowling in tandem, unable to provide the breakthrough. Good afternoon to Ram Swan.
Thanks, Eva. Always enjoy watching spinners bowl in tandem. They're not causing too many problems here. How England will rue that caught behind chance. There it was. Adil Rashid certainly thought it was. Ross Butler, an unusual lapse of concentration. Pitch is as good as this. You need to take everything that comes your way.
Spot for two. Rahul run hard, but says no for the second. Rahul running the first one hard, gets him to 49.
Square banana. Square banana.
Two is the call. I couldn't see him. His square is too big. Seven overs, none for 30 for Moin. Rashid, none for 38 in his sixth. Not ball to India. 142 for 2. Early breakthroughs provided by Sam Curran at Humphrey. The other bowlers, Tom Curran economical, then Stokes 3 overs, close to 6 and over. Now, apart from the new ball bowlers, the other bowlers haven't been able to take a wicket. Dollar 49 played a good hand in the last ODI. Early is 50. Very well compiled 50.
Easily done, just knocking the ball away to the fielder at long on. Second consecutive half century for KL Rahul. It's a good innings. Scored a good clip as well. Now you can be assured that the scoring rate will go up as well. Scoring at a good rate of about 76. Strike rate. Yeah, this is the period where India can really look to capitalise after 30 overs.
This is when it gets hot and you're not taking wickets. As you see, 50 brought up, got to be used to the feet. But when you're not taking wickets, it's amazing. You look up at the board, still 20 overs to go. You start to feel the heat. Start to feel a bit tired. And India have got a perfect platform to bounce towards the stars. From here, you think 300 would definitely be on the cards.
The thing about this partnership though, Virat Kohli's got 3 fours and 1 6. Rahul's got 3 fours. It's all about running between the wickets. Should look for 2 again and get it easily. Could have a good time in the T20s, Rahul. Now back in the ODI format. He started to get runs. Good signs for India. Without taking too many risks, they're getting 6 or 7 to the over.
Today the batsmen are so quick. The ball goes either side of the fielder. They're looking for the second.
So Virat's spoken a lot about fitness. 149 for 2. The current rate 240. Kohli 65, here around 52, plenty of batting still left to come. Wickets in hand, 280, 300. Taking the aerial route, and it's gone a long, long way.
Just like I thought, the moment the little landmark is reached, it just takes a load off your shoulders. Remember, he's been out of the team for a while, so second consecutive 50s give him the confidence to go and play this big shot. It's against the turn, you would say, but he's hit it straight. Hasn't tried to go over long on, he's just looked to go straight. It's a magnificent shot.
Absolutely. Lovely swing of the arms there. That went country mile, that one.
Changes his line, he's got a fielder there.
This is the previous one. Look at the running. Look at that. Look at that. Now he knows he's going to be running towards the danger end, but look, complete this second run comfortably. Often they give themselves the chance of the third run as well because the fielder is under pressure.
Generally goes with a scrambled seam. Adil Rashid, not the conventional seam up. The day gets at the moment are very, very comfortable. Stays beside the line of the ball and lovely flow of the bat. Rahul getting his first 6.
Yeah, too easy this for the India batsman from an England point of view. Josh Butler is the standing skipper. Seems content to let this cruise along. There's not many boundaries being hit. The scoring rate there towards 5 or 6 and over.
finally he's got the wicket. Adil Rashid, last ball of the 7th over. It was an extended spell. Normally you don't see Virat Kohli get out. He got out after scoring a half century in the last game. And again on 66.
Well, the curse continues. Another 50 for Virat Kohli. Caught behind, so that combination of Rashid and Butler failed before, but it's paid dividends this time. Adil Rashid's delighted with that. Virat Kohli will kick himself. 100 that's been 500 days in the asking. Seen there today, but he's got for 66. India 158 for 3.
Finally, the partnership broken. Virat Kohli was put down by Butler when he was 35. Off the bowling of Rashid. Finally, the Scott Butler bowled Rashid for 66. Longest spell, 7 overs on the trot. And eventually, getting the Indian captain. And a long bat before the match, Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant at the non-striker's end. We get to the last ball of the previous over. So important now from India's point of view for KL Rahul to continue.
Looking to run the ball down to third man. Just opens the face of the bat. And this time around, Jos Buttler's gloves are open, not closed. So the ball nestles.
Yeah, I think it was just a bounce more than anything. Virat Kohli played almost at ease with everything that came his way. That's bounce. Stump high. It's fairly full. Jos Butler very relieved to have got his man. That's how you do it. Sorry, Adil.
Virat Kohli was at 35 when he was dropped by Jos Buttler. And the score was 98 for 2.
Just the 150 against his name is a far better player than that. Rishabh Pant.
Often what happens is that batsmen coming down at 5, 6, 7, people tend to look at the number of 50s, etc. and say, well, he hasn't got runs, but they don't get that many overs either. Very, very seldom, if you're in a strong batting lineup, do you get to play the kind of overs, the kind of deliveries which will get you a 50 plus or 60, 70 or even 100. So I think one has to take that into account as well, how many deliveries they get. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has got hundreds, batting at 6 or 7. Amazing. Because he gets them in 50 balls, 60 deliveries. And Japan will be looking to do something like that if he comes into bat at number 5 for India. Because look at the top 3-4. It's an outstanding batting lineup India's got.
Oh, it's gone through. The last thing that they expected. Runs it into the boundary very quickly. KL Rahul will take it with both hands.
Well, Ben Stokes here, trying to anticipate that the ball would go square, started sprinting to his left. KL Rahul's hit it to his right. Just watch this if we can see it. Ben Stokes completely wrong-footed himself. Ends up making an absolute meal of it. It looks worse than it is. Broken his shin.
164 for 3. Dhawan went early and then Rohit. It was a partnership thereafter, good one from Virat Kohli and KL Rahul. Hardik Pandya, much improved player in the recent past. Kunal Pandya, who had a very good debut. Thakur can contribute with the bat. So can Bhuvaneshwar. Lots of batting left to come. There's 17 overs remaining. There's 17 overs remaining. I have to think that Rishabh Pant has enough time to play himself in and then go for the big one. Recent past, Rishabh Pant has batted with a lot of responsibility in the longer version of the game. Swami, the favourite one, Ben Stokes.
Yeah, it's just, he's one of the best fielders in world cricket, Ben Stokes. He made a meal of this one. He sprinted to his left. Wasn't able to get the foot in the ground to turn and dive back, and probably snapped in half had he managed to dive backwards there. One of the things at the ground is there's a huge big screen up for the fans who aren't actually here. It's just watching the big screen. How did that look, Ben? Whoopsie. It's good that he can laugh about it.
Catches the ball, was in the air but in the gap. It's a very important period to play for England if they can get another wicket, the wicket of KL Rahul. They probably will be in a position to control things.
There's still some batting to come. The Pandya brothers were there. Hardik didn't get runs in the first game, but Kunal made a superb debut. It was in this period of the game, 3 days ago, where England had a very good 10 overs. India lost 3 or 4 wickets, only scored 34, 35 runs. They were looking like they were going to fall well short of their total until these boys got in. Not so much Hardik, but Kunal. It's incredible. It was in this 10 over period up to about the 42nd over. As soon as Kunal got there, the run rate shot through the roof.
The strike rates of the men to come is quite amazing. Pandya brothers, and even somebody like a Thakur. Quickly, picked up nicely by Rishabh Pant. He'll keep strike with the single, 169 for 3. you see Captain Bowl full quota of 10 overs. Moeen Ali into his 10th over. Economy of 4.8. Rashid's bowled 8. You see them bowl in spells.
Yeah, especially recently with the extra power play and less fielders allowed outside the circle. You know, it wasn't that long ago when it was just used to be part of the course. As soon as the 16th over had arrived, the spinner would grab the ball, bowl his 10 straight. I know that's what I used to do. And then let the seamers finish it off. But the game's changed with the different power plays. One less man out. And you're right, it's normally mix and match. He's done a pretty good job though, Moeen Ali. 44 from his 9.2, no wickets. I can't remember him going for too many boundaries.
Problem though not having taken wickets in the middle overs. The other fast bowlers might prove to be expensive with wickets in hand. Good understanding and running between the wickets.
Moeen Ali, I've just checked, only one boundary. Now that's something that I used to try and do, go for no boundaries off my 10 overs. You take one or two. You do that, you're doing a good job for your team. You hope you can pick up a wicket along the way. He's not done that yet. 3 balls left. Grab that hole for his side.
There was a time when Rishabh Pant would try to hit from ball number 1. And having played a lot of cricket, test match cricket in the recent past, taking a little bit of time in the early part of the innings. Also like to build on another partnership with Rahul.
Well, just 3 runs from this over so far. He hasn't done a bad job at all. 46 runs, and last ball, unless it goes for a 6. This is a very fine spell. He might not have got a wicket, but 10 overs, 47 is still going 173 for 3. And it's also drinks. for 3, 35 overs gone. KL Rahul 69 off 82, which Pant's just come to the middle, 6 off 7 deliveries so far. A lot of power to come with the Hardik Pandey and Kunal as well. Just joining us, it was England who won the toss again. But an early breakthrough, good piece of bowling by Ruth Topley, who was brought into the side in place of Mark Wood. Shikhar Dhawan just pushing a length delivery. Good catch by Ben Stokes. Sharp catch. Could have been a good wicket here at Pune. Bit of bounce. A little bit fortunate for Sam Curran. Unfortunate for Rohit Sharma. Looked in fine form again. 25 from 25. As a bowler, you'll take these all day. Caught it short. Fine leg. Fine leg. Good catch by Al Rashid. And then once again, Kohli gets to 50, gets out. Abdul Rashid, who had him dropped in the 40s behind the stumps of Josh Butler this time, hangs on to it. Still a good innings from Kohli. 6 bowlers used for England. Topley was excellent at the top of the innings with swing and bounce, 1 for 21, as was Sam Curran. 5 from his brother Tom. Stokes has only got 3 overs so far. Moeen Ali has got through his 10 for 47. Abdul Rashid 1 for 52. Over 8 is better than it was in the first one-day international I was watching, and kept hearing how long he was taking. 4 hours I think he was taking for the 50 overs. There's a lot of injuries though as well, and we hope all those injuries are back soon. It's been a good spell for England. Both the spinners bowling in tandem. Good spell from Moeen. Just giving away 47 runs in his 10 overs. That been expensive for Rashid this game. He's knocked up the wicket of Virat. So important breaking that partnership.
We were talking before whether England are missing a trick by not bringing one of the seamers on. But he's got 10 of Moeen and 9th one Rashid is in. India haven't really gotten away yet. Still in a very strong position. It's only 3 down.
What I generally look at when I look at the 2 spinners in combinations, how many runs are they conceding between both of them? When you look at it now, they've conceded just 100 runs now. Well, when I say just, but 100 runs off what is going to be 19 overs. So you'd say about 105, maybe 110 off their 20 overs, which is slightly expensive. In the context of think about where they bowl in the middle, economy rates, Rashid above 6, Moeen Ali just below 5. So in some ways they'll be happy with where they are at the moment, but they cannot just let that acceleration like they did in the first one day when Krunal and KL Rahul went after England. So now is a crucial time. If they're not going to bring the seamer in, this is where they've got to finish off the innings.
But they would have to now, because after this 4 overs remaining of the second power play, more often than not you see the seamers, your main seamers come back and bowling a couple of those overs before the second power play gets over. A full toss, mashes it down the ground for a single. It's quite intriguing how he's going to manage the remaining overs here. It's Butler there, he's got quite a few options. Restop the Tom Curran, Stokes, Sam Curran.
Googly to finish. 36 overs gone, 176 for 3. back into the attack, Reece Stockley, and change of ends as well from the Hill end. Saw Prassi Krishna get more bounces as well, bowled so much better in that second spell after the onslaught from Johnny Bairstow. And Jason Roy, 4 overs, 1 for 21, the big wicket of Shikhar Dhawan. Good piece of bowling. Big test for him now, coming back into the attack. Stiff body, hot weather. Round the wicket as well, won't be seeing too much swing now. Round the wicket, field set. 5 in the circle with mid off and mid on in the circle.
Yeah, straight away you see the change in the length. It's a lot fuller. His first spell is a very, very crucial overs. Do we see India shift gears here? Because after the 40th over, there'll be an extra fielder allowed outside the 30-yard circle.
Well, I think this man has to get in first, because if he gets in Rishabh Pant, he can be a danger. Also think about the left-hand, right-hand combination. And I'll still stick with it. KL Rahul for me. If I'm captain now, I'm saying you back to the 50th over. And I say that because everybody else can bat around you. Think about what's to come as well as Rishabh Pant, Hardik and Krunal. And then all of a sudden, with these two powerhouses, just having a cup of tea to chill out, if they can, as they have done for a period of time, then all of a sudden that 300 will look quite comfortable.
Yeah, you can see Hardik Pandya has just grown in stature as a batsman. Krunal only 1 game, but he looked... smashes it! That's short this time. It's probably hit the boundary on the full. KL Rahul on 72 is not going to miss out on that.
Well, it's how quick he picks up on length, isn't it, here? He's such a good player. This does fly... doesn't fly all the way. I thought this hit the cushioning. I mean, this just bounces just before, so it will be a 4.
It looks like a 4 though. It's just short of those cushions there. But what an incredible shot though.
The 2 bowlers in the commentary box are saying 4, let me tell you.
He had the right decision on the bounce, but what an incredible shot. That's what you're looking at. KL Rahul using that angle. Look at those eyes. Brilliant from him. That's a better length, not too short.
That's exactly it, isn't it? It's such a good pitch. You keep talking about hard lengths or short of length. But what not to do is that one. That's short. And not a lot behind it either. Just stands up for him. Really good shot. Well in front of square.
Well, it's not short enough. If he's going to go short and try and get him out with the bounce, he's got to get it head high. Or if you're going to go short, get it in at his body. Nice left foot. Nice left foot. It is football season back in the United Kingdom. Gareth Bale would have loved this left foot.
See that pull again from KL Rahul. It was a good take from Butler behind his stumps as well.
Well, they love their football. They love their football. Most teams, they don't allow them to play anymore because of injuries. But just watch this. Oh, yes. Right off the toe. It's a better short delivery. You're going to bowl short, get it head high. Signal off the last ball. 37 overs gone, 184 for 3.
his last over, and he got through 9 in the last game. Conceded 66 off that 9 overs. He's got a wicket today, and a big wicket of Virat Kohli. Or does he get enough? No. Thankfully, Rishabh Pant didn't get enough because it just landed in front of Johnny Bairstow at long gone. But you could see the intent to try and get after Adil Rashid in his last over.
Yeah, to pull that one, didn't get the elevation. Very close to him. The bottom ad.
The right approach as well. India, even though they got to 317 and got a great finish in the last game, wonder if they were happy at the halfway stage too, or they felt they needed a few more. Still a good score. And they've got enough batting in the shed with Hardik and Krunal. It's the right approach that Rishabh's now been in for about 13 balls. He's had a decent look.
The other important thing is, all these three, Rishabh and both the Pandya brothers, they play high-risk cricket. So suddenly, a couple of wickets in quick succession, and suddenly you're looking at 280 rather than 310, 320. So that's the reason, once you mentioned, Waki, about KL Rahul being there is such an important part. Just lock that one end and go from the other.
Well, it gives you that stability. You think about England chase, all of a sudden they get a wicket, and then they get another wicket India, and all of a sudden you've got 2 people in without scoring. The pressure's back on England, even though they were so well ahead in the game. But the pressure was on, so that's why this man bats all the way through and everybody else bats around him. You need aggression. It's down to Rishabh Pant, it's down to Hardik Pandya, Krunal as well.
It seems that way. Seems that is the plan. Because he's one of the guys who picks Adil quite well, and he's not taken any risks against him. Did hit that boundary in the previous over, but that was because the ball was short and there to be hit.
Gets enough of this. He flies this all the way. Rishabh Pant is a strong player. Sees the end of Adil Rashid's over 10 overs, 1 for 65, 38 overs gone, 194 for 3.
Just clears his front foot. Got close to the previous one he tried. This one clears it. A nice free swing. It's one of the Nets hitting some big sixes today. This is the first one for the game.
Yeah, you see, he had a long net, didn't he? You were out there doing the pitch report and he was just hitting balls and hitting balls and hitting balls. It's good to see. 12 overs to go then in this Indian innings. Partnership is just a runner ball at the moment, 36 from 36. Topley now just swapping angles to KL Rahul going over the wicket. Maybe this is going to be the short angle that he needs to go maybe more head high.
I like this, going over the wicket, natural angle, taking it away from the right-hander. The previous over, last delivery, gets the elevation, gets the back swing, gets a 6 as well for that. It's a good spell though, to finish it with a 6.
Doesn't get enough elevation. It's a bit of a slower delivery as well, so just sticks in the outfield. Virat Kohli talked about the outfield at the toss, didn't he? That it's maybe not damp, but it just sticks in.
Yeah, the off cutter from the left-hander. Again, the off cutter takes it away from the right-hand. It's never easy to control the pull shot when you're going against the angle, and in this case, even the turn, if you might say so. Missed out on that here. Rahul is full on his pads.
Good boys.
Very good innings from K. Rahul. Got a 50 in the last one. Start was a little tentative. He had lost 2 early wickets, but time settled down nicely and played some glorious looking shots. K. Rahul, kind of player we've got so used to seeing, gets back amongst runs again.
Quick single again. Seen that throughout this innings by all the Indian batsmen who just rotated strike really nicely. Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Rahul, and I mentioned it to Johnny Bairstow about the way that they perhaps needed not an old-fashioned one-day international style innings, but someone who can get a grip of the situation, understand what you need to do, and put a total on the board. And that's when I look at this innings. Although, you know, a lot of players 81 from 95, they'll say, well, the strike rate's only 85. But the foundation is there now to now push on, especially when you look at the likes of Hardik and Brunel and their strike rates.
I think that's where I think India's been really, really good. The top 3, the top 4, which includes more often than not K. Rahul in the past, is assessing the situation and the conditions and then planning the innings. That's what you expect from your top order batsman to do. Because you're always aware that you have the firepower coming later in the innings, but it's the initial overs that you set up the game.
It's also the adjustment, how quickly he's made when he's dropped down the order. Opened most of the time that he's played for India, that is. This has been a fairly new role for him. In the middle. He has different gears, which makes him such a difficult batsman to bowl to.
Pulled away by Rishabh Pant. It'll bring up 200 for India and finish the over off nicely. 9 runs from it, 39 overs gone, 203 for 3.
That's the second time that he's stopped his old shot. It wasn't as short as the previous over. As didn't get all of it, but enough to carry to the boundary. He did that in that over, India.
Nice steady progression, isn't it? 50s and the balls get to those 50s now. India, these last 11 overs, would want to push on. 203 for 3, 11 overs to go. 8 and over gets them to 291. Surely they'll be thinking over 300 from here with wickets in hand. Tom Curran, 5 overs, 9 for 19 so far, bowled well. Still has to keep 5 fielders in the circle for this last over. Field set up to bowl straight. 3 fielders out are a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket and a deep long on. This is that last ball to Rishabh Pant, who you cannot bowl there to him. He's set up for that shot. Gets rid of that front leg, and we watched him practice. This is what he loves to practice. Balls are just short of a length to pull away.
His approach has changed over the last couple of overs. That's why all the thought going on to the field that England's putting at the moment. Like you said, still 5 fielders in the ring for this last over, the 40th one.
And with third man and final leg inside the circle, has to be very, very straight, and chances are bowl another slow one. Look at that field plot, the 3 on the onside boundary riders, only 1 on the offside, the deep point.
Short and wide and put away. What a shot. 50 partnership as well. 50 partnership in 44 deliveries. It's a poor delivery by Tom Curran. And once he got it past that infield, it races away here in Pune.
It is short and wide. That's an incredible shot. The placement. There is pace in this pitch, so the power will be there, but the placement just behind that fielder. Don't think he's going to get away if he keeps bowling there to Rishabh Pant.
Again, that's where he wants it, and that's, as a bowler, you're happy with that because you've set your field right, covered the leg side. That's better from Tom Curran, and that gives you the opportunity to take pace off.
Good partnership there. Needed that, India. 51 off just 45.
You don't mind that at the end, and as a bowler, you'd be actually saying, okay, you can have one a ball now.
KL wouldn't mind it either. Take a single, get Rishabh Pant back on strike for the last couple of deliveries in this over and this power play. Same field again for Rishabh Pant. 3 on the onside, boundary riders, and 1 on the offside. When in short and straight.
Got away with this. Could have been a wicket, but he got away with it because Rishabh Pant worked that out last year in the IPL, that practicing hitting over extra cover. He added this one to his armoury.
He probably didn't expect that, Rishabh Pant, for him to go full and outside off, particularly with the point and third man in the ring. Perhaps was expecting another slow ball bowled into the pitch with 3 guys on the boundary on the leg side.
Big appeal, hits him on the ball and a given. It's given out, but it's referred straight away by Rishabh Pant. Whether he thinks he's got an inside edge on it, it looked close to me.
TV umpire to director, review for leg before, fair delivery, umpire is given out. Front on please. Keep going. Looks from the bat. Can I double check with right? I can see clear division, but still double check. Yes, okay, stand by. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Let it go for it. Yeah, I can see clear spike, and the ball is close to the bat. Yeah. Let it go. Complete it. I can see the bat, no problem. Yeah. Go to the on-field umpire, please. Virendra, you're on screen. You need to reverse, and you can give not out now. Thank you.
It's the end of the 40th over. It won't be given a boundary because it was referred. It's 210 for 4. So in some ways a little bit of fortune for England, because it was given out on field by the umpire, and once the umpire gives it out, then it becomes a dead ball. And if you watch, the inside edge or back of the bat went away and ran away before, so India may feel a little bit aggrieved, but it's a bit of fortune for England. Anyway, we're into the last 10 overs. Which means that England are allowed 1 more fielder out of the circle. Fortune for him, could have had 4 more runs against his name. Could have had a wicket if he didn't hit it, but he did.
So it is power play 3. England have to keep minimum of 4 fielders in the circle. Amazing that appeal went up. The 2 bowlers and the keeper were all stuck a finger in the air and said that's out, and then didn't realise it just didn't get a little edge on it. He smashed it.
Back of his bat.
But now,
And watch the ball. The ball flies off for 4.
and straight away wants a review, and now because it's given out, it's a dead ball. Now that's a rule that ICC needs to look into. Because look at it the other way. If he actually had hit on the pads and given not out, he would have got those 4 runs then.
I'm a bowler. I think leave it. Smashed away again. All the way for 6. He's a good player, Rishabh Pant, and Stokes under pressure.
Yeah, brilliant again. A little bit fuller on this occasion. This is the area he likes him. Again, doesn't get all of it, but enough power to carry it over the fence. Looking in good form, Rishabh.
Yeah, 33 from just 22 deliveries so far. Slower delivery, punished again. Back-to-back maximums now. Here's the acceleration India require.
Another smartest of deliveries, a slow one, both mid-off and mid-on inside the circle, and a fuller slow one. Picked it up early, waited for it, and a 74-meter long 6.
It's that sort of pitch, isn't it? Not many slow balls stick into the pitch. Come at a nice pace, unless you have deceived the batsman. To his credit, waited that fraction of a second extra. Rishabh Pant had picked his ball.
Clipped. Field was set for that shot. Strike rate is amazing at the moment. Just over 165. Yeah, you did it at the pitch report, talked about how India had stopped bowling slower balls. That's something maybe England are going to have to do in these last 9.2 overs. Think about the lengths to bowl here, especially who's in, left-hand, right-hand combination. And also maybe just going back to I keep saying the old-fashioned, go back to your bowling Yorkers.
Would you go my bowling even a hard length on a surface like this, which has carry and pace?
Yeah, I think that was the ball. I think, although the approach at the moment is different for both players. KL Rahul's quite happy to take that single. I'd still want to try and go Yorkers to Rishabh Pant and try and get him off strike because anything length. And he's got different areas of the ground that he can hit the ball to.
Should have been last ball. It is last ball. Not given a wide. Right, 41 overs gone. 225 for 3.
England had a bit of fortune when they didn't concede the 4 in the previous over. This looks like, unless he's got some sort of bat on it, that's certainly a wide.
No wonder he's smiling. No wonder he's smiling. Yeah, just picking up on what you were saying a minute ago, Ajay. I would be trying to, I know in some ways you're thinking, why are you keeping a man on 86 on strike? That's what I would be trying to do. Keep KL Rahul on strike as much as possible to put him under pressure to have to get that boundary. You know what Rishabh Pant's job is to come and do, is just try and get rid of that right leg and swing and hit it out of the park. So that's what I'd be saying now to Jos Buttler, right, let's try and get extra cover who is quite close, Moeen Ali, get him in close, don't allow him to rotate. Well, don't worry about keeping him on strike when he plays shots like that.
It is a length delivery. It's a beautiful looking shot. He's into the 90s now, KL Rahul.
What an incredible shot. Yes, it's a length ball. Yes, it's up there. It just makes it look so easy. Can't be that easy hitting over extra cover. Few rows back in the stands. It's just such an attractive player to watch.
Not a good start as a bowler when you first ball. That length delivery goes over extra cover for 6. You're under a bit of pressure now. Short and pulled. Oh, what a start to the over. KL Rahul just one boundary away from what will be a magnificent century.
How elegant does it look, KL Rahul? Got that 6 previous delivery over extra cover. This one, tuck-in shot. Complete control over that shot. Picks up the gap, picks up the boundary as well. It's 10 of the first 2 deliveries of this over.
Yeah, I like this as well. Captain just taking a little bit of time out of the game just to have a word with his bowler. Come on, right, what are our plans? What are we looking to do here? You change the field after the first ball because he's hit you back over or over extra cover for a 6. You've gone short, he's pulled. Take time out. Reset. Okay, it's not a good start, but what can we do here? Just clipped away for a single.
Still very surprised that Yorker's got to be the go-to ball. Times like this, it is difficult to stop these two. Shapan again came in for Shreyas Iyer, was injured. Took a little bit of time to get set, just get used to the pace, but after that, such a disruptive and a difficult batsman to bowl to. He's in different areas of the ground. He's a special player, Shapan, and that's why he's so difficult to bowl to.
Does he get a glove on this? There's a big appeal from Josh Butler, this time given out and once again referred.
To director, review for court, fair delivery. I give your die shot, please. Stand by. Can I double check? Ball is close to the bat. Ultra eyes, please. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, flat line, flat line. Yeah, can you play one more time, please? Yeah. Keep going. I can see some gap, yeah. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. I can see hitting the arm. Yeah. Yeah, just go beyond this. Yeah. Yeah, no bat involved. No bat, no bat. Go to the on-field umpire, please. Yes, you're on screen. You need to reverse your call. You can see you're not out now.
It's not easy. At full speed, that probably looked like the umpire just clipped his glove, but straight away, Rishabh Pant decided that no, he's nowhere near that.
Thankfully for India, it didn't go for a boundary. Points have counted again.
Imagine that. Same bowler, same outcome given out, dead ball. That will be given a wide. Height, I think, as well for the wide.
That's way too high. That was the reaction straight after he took the review. He knew it. Wasn't off the gloves or the bat. So twice in 2 overs.
Well timed again, and flies it for another 6. Slightly out with his length.
shot this is. Incredible power, isn't it? There's no follow through, nothing at all. Yeah, that's a 6.
Yeah, have to go to the on-field umpire.
Second 6 of the over.
It's leg side-ish and in the slot. Just clears that front foot a little bit. Not where you want to bowl to punt.
Actually, I'm so glad that that slot wasn't around when I played, because I would have bowled a lot in that slot, let me tell you. Well, he gets enough of this, and it runs away for a 50. Second 50 in one-day internationals for Rishabh Pant. Just off 28 deliveries, strike rate of 178. What an innings, ended the 42nd over, 247 for 3. For 3. 22 runs off that last Tom Curran over. Stokes bowling his 5th. And India are looking perhaps more at 350, never mind 300.
Always the case, isn't it? It's great ability to hit big shots. Most teams have that. Number 6 or 7, what India did really well was lay that foundation with KL Rahul and Virat Kohli. Now the rest of the batsmen can bat as freely as they can.
Thigh pad. He knows he's missed out there. A little tickle down there. See that as a bowler. That's heaven now, isn't it? Just a little thigh pad to Josh Butler.
Yeah, every dot ball is heaven at the moment, especially with the way these two are batting. He's got the feel for it though. He's got a fine leg, he's got square leg and a deep mid wicket.
I think you've got to try and stick to your plans. Think about where you want to bowl at KL Rahul, and especially this man now, as in Rishabh Pant. Where does he want you to bowl? That's him, I would say. Anything around his stumps. But what an innings this has been. That's what he wants to play. He wants to be able to get himself into that position to open up that leg side. 28 deliveries, 3 fours, 4 sixes for Rishabh Pant. Back into this side today in place of the injured Shreyas Iyer. What a position they find themselves in. Just closing in on 250. Leg side set again. I'm sure this should be the plan. But that's a way, but that's a better plan for Rishabh Pant. It's a better plan if the field is. I wouldn't have mid off up, I'd have mid off back. And we talked about how he had some.
Lots of trouble. That is sensational. Yes, the plan is to bowl outside off, and that's what he's tried to do. timing.
Listen, if he's going to go wide of that off stump, he doesn't really need a deep square leg. He has to really walk across this off stump to try and hit over square leg. To get that square leg feeler inside the deep square leg and get a bit off behind. Another feeler there on the left of his deep square leg. Change of angle has worked. As in it's stopped a boundary. The only other option is to somebody like a Rishabh Pant, if you're bowling overall round, is you say to yourself, okay, look how he's set up there. That right leg goes so far outside leg stump, you've got to go full and wide. And your only gamble is I think, is to have third man up. And say to Rishabh Pant, if you want to play that little reverse sweep that you play quite well, then that's okay. I would gamble with that, but I'd have mid off back and I'd have third man up for Rishabh Pant. Just chipped for a single, so closing in on another 100, and the 43rd over, 257 for 3.
Just the kind of acceleration the team wants. That's exactly what Rishabh Pant has provided. 57, started with 5 sixes, 3 boundaries. Such a tough batsman to bowl to. He's full of confidence. Had a good test series, has had a good T20 series. Good tour of Australia. Didn't get to play in that first ODI, but now he's showing his form. Lots to think for the England bowlers. 7 overs to go. The last game they played, the last 10 went for 112. The last 5 went for 67. A couple more attacking batsmen still waiting in the hut. As Sam Curran prepares to bowl the 44th over. Good afternoon, Swanee. Good afternoon, Ellis.
500 for KL Rahul, and it's come at a pretty good time for India. And what a knock from this attractive batsman from Bangalore. Brilliant for KL Rahul. Look at it, he's absolutely delighted. He was in appalling form not long ago in the T20s, looked all at sea, but it's a different game. He's really coming to this one-day ODI series shining bright like a diamond again. Congratulations, well played, sir.
Brings up the 100 partnership as well. If it doesn't get you, Virat doesn't get you, KL Rahul will get you. It's a spectacular and elegant 100, and important for him to bat the rest of the innings.
Now they have to contend with Rishabh Pant. 57 of 30. He's got his ability to hit odd parts of the ground. Will be called a wide, and that's the kind of pressure he puts you under as a bowler.
Big relief and a big moment for KL Rahul. Full of elegance and nicely compiled innings. Took his time in the early part. Just 3 boundaries at his first 50, and he's opened up thereafter. Rishabh Pant is always going to be a difficult batsman to bowl to. That's where the spinners, even though the middle overs bowled 10 overs for no wickets each of them, Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali, they did not pick up wickets in those 20 overs. Some great effort. So in the mind over matter for KL Rahul.
last time an Indian batsman got 100 was the very batsman KL Rahul, 100 in New Zealand. That was in February 2020. But I don't understand, what does that celebration mean? Unless you know quite a bit about celebrations.
Silencing everybody. It's all in the mind, between the ears. It could be anything. But there's nobody on the ground. No spectators.
He's just got earphones in. He's listening to his favourite song.
This is good. Just trying to bowl wide and trying to bowl much fuller. The only thing is that if he gets some bat on it, there's no third man to stop it. But this is how Rishabh Pant has played today.
I've always liked Rishabh Pant. In the first ball I saw him in a test match in Trowbridge, hit it back over to spinner's head before. I knew there was something different about this lad. It's very, very simple. He stands still and he hits it hard. And he's turned into twice the player he was in the last 6 months in all 3 forms.
That's been smashed. It was a full toss and dealt with severely.
Well, if you don't take wickets in the middle overs, you're going to go for plenty towards the end. That's exactly what's happening. With the batting that India possesses, the strong hitting that KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant have at the moment. And these are easy put-aways. In fact, taking evasive action. Sam Curran.
Bowlers, one thing you should always do is keep your eyes on the ball. I think he feared the worst when he saw the full toss. He just thought, oh no, I'll get my head out of the way here, I could be wearing one.
That cramped him for space. Just kept following KL Rahul.
Josh Butler bowled the spinners intended without any breaks. They bowled their 10 overs together. Come back to that, 267 for 3.
Overs left. Sam Curran has got 4. Reece Topley has got 4. Tom Curran 3. Stokes 5. Just when you look at the bowlers you're looking at.
Well, it's an area of concern for England. It's the finishing off an innings. If you don't get those wickets through the middle, they've relied on their spinners the last 2 or 3 years. You've done a lot of very good work through the middle, taking poles. Makes it a lot easier to bowl at the depth, and it's normally Jofra Archer, Chris Jordan who do that bowling. Neither playing here. Mark Wood's not playing either. So Tom Curran's the man, and his brother Sam at the other end. He's looking, well, they're looking down the barrel here, 44, 6 to go. And you're more or less 270. Teams normally score about 10, 12 and over at the death now, so you're going to be chasing a big one. It's hot, they're tired. As a fielder, you look up at the board and think, still 6 overs to go, you're kidding me, we've been here forever.
If the last 5 overs are any indication, it could be much more than 10 on it. It's gone to 64.
KL Rahul, gorgeous shot of that extra using his feet once he got in. Using the depth of the crease as well. And picked his spot on the pitch. And held himself back. Just diving to the gaps. Marvellous 100. 7 fours and 2 sixes, a good strike rate of 96. You look at those bowling analysis, 20 overs between Rashid and Moeen. Conceded 112, picked up 1 wicket. tied against the second. You know, things were tight at that point in time when the spinners were operating, but because they have wickets in hand, they have the freedom to play the big shots. England seamers not able to hit the right lanes, just straying in line and lane, making it that much easier for India to get a lot of boundaries. That's so funny for Sam Curran.
It's a much better delivery. Brilliant as always, Jason Roy. At point and backward point area, because it misses him. He's definitely finding the boundary.
I was just thinking that he doesn't have to throw himself around, Jason Roy. Some brilliant stops in the field. Good old-fashioned Yorker. Such a corky up in the back of the commentary box. Just prowling around like an angry tiger at the minute. Yeah, but ex-bowlers, especially time and time again, bemoaning the lack of Yorkers.
That's what spinners do as well, but we're getting it, isn't